Hi everyone, it's Heather from North Avenue Inc. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Burlington, Vermont, and I am here to follow up on a card that I demonstrated on Tuesday evening. This is with a layout that was so simple that I wanted to make a set to use for gifting and to work with at a craft fair that I have coming up at the Because Craft Fair in May. I was looking for a simple layout, and one of my fellow demonstrators, Connie Stewart, had a wonderful presentation last week, and her presentation is linked in Tuesday's video. But I went and I took that information and I created a card on Tuesday night, and I promised that I would come back and show you how easy it was to create a couple more cards with the exact same layout using some more stepped up sort of embellishments. So let me switch down to the camera on my desktop, and I'll show you what I've got for tonight. I think it's going to be a pretty quick show tonight, and please message me if you have any questions. I'd love to work with you. I'd love to help you make the most of Celebration, which ends on the 28th, and make sure you get all your free goodies and help you make choices, because I know money's got to take care of it. If you're going to invest in your craft, you want to make sure you're getting the right things. Let's take a look here at what I've got on my desktop. I'll put my keyboard away. And all right, so the card that I made Tuesday night was this one here. And the measurements for it, I'll just leave the card right here so you can see. Started out with Bloom Impressions Designer Series paper. It's a gorgeous set of paper that is a free Celebration product when you order $60 worth of merchandise through my online store. And this is one of the patterns, and you'll see the rest of the patterns as I go through tonight. So starting with a 12 by 12 sheet of paper, we can actually make an envelope and the card that matches. The matching envelope for this card is this one here. And you'll see the tear and tape to seal it up here. That was the first card. So let me continue and show you what I did with the rest of the Designer Series paper. And there's 12 sheets in the package, and I think I used 5 sheets to do this. So here we go. This is the Wishing You Were Here using the Delightful Wishes bundle, and it has beautiful dies with it. Great investment. Here's what the card looks like in Summer Splash with Melon Mambo. Same flowers, just shifting the layout of the wishing a little bit. Both of them have places to write on the inside. Wishing You Were Here. I stamped on the inside. The dimensions of the inside are, so I haven't done a panel here yet, 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. Okay. And you can see I just added some images from the stamp set to tie it together. And I'll probably do the same here. I just haven't decided what I want to put on the inside for an inside sentiment. That's 2 cards. Okay. Third card. I think you can see the same layout here. There's the base card panel. There's the card itself, which is cut to 3 3/4 by 10 and scored at 5. When you cut that 8 1/2 by 11 sheet, you end up with a 1-inch strip at the bottom that you can use for the sentiment here. And so I chose to emboss this. To do embossing, heat embossing, you do need a Versamark pad, clear embossed watermark pad, embossing powder, and a heat tool. It's a great next step when you're putting your stamping supplies together. It just is so pretty. And I added some little gems from the In Color collection. This is what they look like here. Okay, different sizes. Okay, again, Stampin' Up's colors, everything just goes so beautifully together. And when you buy a packet of paper, you know you're going to be able to make so many different versions of cards with it because everything coordinates. This is, what are we up to? The 4th version of the card. And instead of using the sentiment strip, I chose to emboss the sentiment, wishing you a happy birthday, and die cut that little banner using the dies that are with this set. And then I added some little flowers. The flowers are actually from the 2nd bundle, linked together bundle, and dies. So I use these tiny flowers cut out of a scrap. There's also, the bundle also includes some decorative masks, which I haven't even gotten time to break those open yet because I wanted to get these done for you. But the little flowers here, I want to show you how I did those flowers because it's a really sweet and easy embellishment. I haven't lost the flower that I was going to show you. There it is. So when you die cut the flowers, you can use, either side of the paper, and you just want to grab something with a blunt tip, and you can kind of swirl it around, and you're going to get a 3D flower. Okay. Makes a great little embellishment. I chose to add the gems in the middle. If you can see that in the camera here, of each of the flowers. Okay. And I did not stamp on the inside. This is the reverse of this paper, but it's very stampable. You wouldn't have to put an extra white panel in here to stamp on this. That's card number 4. And card number 5, this is where I really kind of went a little bananas tonight. I had done the layout with this pattern paper on Summer Splash cardstock. And I thought, oh, I really, really want to use this gorgeous sort of trellis die on one of the cards tonight, because I think this is a great set for folks who are beginning to use die cutting. It fits in the smaller die cutting machine. You get some basic shapes, you get flowers, easy way to go, just starting out. So I wanted to show you it. And what I ended up doing is I had already glued down the pattern paper on top of the splash paper. And then I ran it through the die cutting machine. And I wasn't really sure what I was going to do, but here's what happened. Ran it through the die cutting machine, and then I ended up with the paper separating under the pressure of the die. And I was able to use these negative images on the inside just as another cool embellishment. And as an added bonus, the Summer Splash pieces popped out. Let me show you how this looks. So when you're cutting the die, anything that's covered by metal is going to stay attached, and anything that's not is going to pop out. Okay. What I didn't realize, or I hadn't thought it through very well at the end of a day at school, was that this frame, if I pop it here, you can see, was going to come apart. So I ended up with this frame and no card. So I had to fix that. So I said, okay, I'm going to just put a piece of white paper in here and use that reverse pieces of this die. I love how it came out. And this is the back side of this pattern of paper. I think this looks really awesome too, with the little pieces of Summer Splash right here. And all I did was set the die down so I could see where these pieces were going to go. And in fact, some of them were still in the die, so I just put the glue on them, set it down, and poked them through onto the paper. It worked really easily. This is that tag, which I don't usually do on the inside of a card, but I just liked how it looked. I simply cut another banner. These are the sentiments from Linked Together. So a lifetime of love, wishing you the best. Both of those are included in that set. I think it's beautiful. It could be an anniversary card, a baby card, You know, anytime somebody's got something new and exciting in their life. And you can see I did the same thing with those little flowers and added the gems. Really cute, right? I love it. So in case you missed how to do the envelope, I'm going to show you that, but I want to pull these down for you so you can see the color palette and the fact that, you know, we're basically starting with these pieces of paper. Okay, these are the ones cut already to 8.5 by 8.5 for the envelopes. So I will do one envelope for you just to remind you how that works in case you didn't get to see on Tuesday night. And I think I'm going to use this one here. So the envelopes are done with a triangle. It starts out as a square template. And it's a 5 3/8 square that you trim. I want to say it's a 1/2 inch. Let me make sure. Yeah, it looks like a 1/2 inch off of one of the pieces so that you can have a smaller side panel and a larger top and bottom fold. And what I found worked really well for me was to do this in pencil. And I will show you what I mean. The original instructions were to just score it. And I found that I have such a heavy hand with scoring things that I was cracking the paper. It's just me. I know that not everybody would have that problem. So what I did was just draw a line. Okay. And fold it there. And then we'll check it before we go any further to see if I did any errors in my cutting, you know, to make the card not fit. We want to double check. So I'm going to do that here. And you can see just a little bit off because of the thickness of the card. So I'm just going to center it as best I can and fold it. There. And there. Okay, so that's good. I like that. And then we're ready to do the bottom and the top. So I'm going to unfold it. Put this one here. And I can see that it's pretty squishy with this particular card. So I'm going to just slide this a little bit, give myself a little bit more room. Okay. We'll do that bottom one. And I'm just folding on the line. Okay. There we go. Okay. And the other thing that I learned as I was doing this, that when you go to fit the card in, where you trim these corners matters. So if I look at this, I can see that there's a line here and a line here. But what I want to do is make my cuts a little bit outside of that. And I think I had just had an error in perspective when I first put these together, and I was cutting on the inside of it. So you see that makes a beautiful envelope there. Okay. And to put it together, use tear and tape, which is double-sided adhesive. And you would simply add it like so. Okay. This, I've been using this roll for a while. I should actually probably show you at some point what a full roll looks like. You want to burnish this a little bit just so the adhesive releases from the backing paper. And pull it off. Pull it off. Pull it off. Pull it off. Okay. And then this, oops, this will come up like this. And that tiny little triangle there, you're just going to tuck inside because it has adhesive on it. It'll seal very nicely. Okay, so when we get up here, and you'll be able to see there's a little bit of space around the outside here. All right, and we're going to do the same thing. Okay. Make sure that I'm getting it because I want this to close up nicely. Okay. The first couple of envelopes that I made, I had some holes on the side here. If you look at this one here, you can see at the top that I hadn't measured and folded really well. This time I did. Okay, so you're going to have a gap on the side, which I think is better than at the top. That's a normal place for there to be a little give on an envelope. And you would just put your tear and tape here so that when you're ready to mail it, you're good to go. The other thing that I had discovered was that I personally prefer using the lighter papers for the envelopes. One of the suggestions had been if you're using darker paper to go ahead and use some copy paper as the label side of it. I didn't really like the way that looked. I want to try it with white acrylic paint as a wash and see how that works on a couple of them, but I haven't done that yet. So here's the cards, and they all would have matching envelopes. What do you think a set of 5 cards with matching envelopes should go for? You know, I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Give me a thumbs up if you like these cards, if you might give them a shot. I'd love to see you sharing some of your work. There we go. So that I can see what you're up to. Oh goodness, for heaven's sakes. There we go. There I am. Also wanted to put a plug in. This is one of the new kits. We're coming out with kits every 2 months. This is a block of watercolor prints for you to color, and it's the current price of the kit, including the printed images and 8 watercolor pencils and a water brush is $14. That's a great price. So I wanted to show you one of the cards that I did last Friday night based on the packet. So I watercolored this. I did a little, let's see, I can do this. We'll go back down. So this had Wink of Stella on it, little gold, and I just trimmed I'll show you what it looked like originally. So this is the blank one. If you need a gift for somebody, oh my goodness, 14 bucks. What a great cabin fever crafting thing to do. Okay. Just wanted to share that with you. And last but not least, I want to make sure you all know that there is a join special during celebration, and our starter kit is always a really great deal for $100. There's $99. Don't pay shipping on your starter kit. And it really is just a hobby starter kit. You can fill it with whatever you want and whatever you need for products. Right now during celebration, the promotion includes $125 worth of products that you select. So if you are a kit person and you don't want to get into embossing and all that stuff, you could go, I'm going to share my screen here. You could go to the website and let's see if we can pull it up here. Let's share my entire screen. Why is it not showing? There we go. This is what I want. you to see. This is one of the kits that's coming out. If you go to the website, you can pull up Shop by, Ways to Craft, quick and easy options, and it's going to give you some of our quick and easy things. And you go on through, these are the ones that came out at Christmas time. You could buy all kinds of easy peasy items. Here's the kit. You could get all of these different kinds of kits. They're all about $20. Some of them are much less if they don't include stamping, like this Hello Hollyhocks one is gorgeous. I've had 2 of these. Let's make that bigger. It's adorable. And where are you going to buy cards for $14? 9 cards for $14. They're adorable. So I would encourage you, if you're thinking about making a purchase during celebration, there we go, that you take a look at what the special is, because you could literally buy 6 or 7 kits and you would have enough to do your Christmas cards, your birthday cards, your baby cards for the whole year. And one of the perks is, in addition to that $125 worth of kits, you could choose to have 2 marker sets. I know that a lot of times people who are new to crafting and paper crafting, they want all the colors, but they can't afford to get all of the inks all at once. Using markers is a great way to expand your colors right off the bat. And you can use them on the stamps. Lots of cool techniques with those. So just something to think about. I'd love to work with you if that's something that interests you. I think that's all I've got for you tonight. And I really hope that you will try these cards. And I hope that you will subscribe to my email and my newsletter that is coming out. I'll see you next Tuesday, and watch the Facebook posts for other cool projects that I'm working on this week. I am on vacation from school this week, so I hope to get a lot of craft time in, and I hope to get some tutorials posted for you all. Thanks for tuning in. Whenever you tune in, I appreciate it. If you're watching a week later, that's great. Have a happy spring break if you are a February break person here in Vermont. And we'll talk to you soon. Good night.